Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to the premiere episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning. I am your humble host, Van Ebert. All right. So I just want to welcome all of you, my movie maniacs, my fellow freedom fueled film fanatics. Okay. And with this episode, we are going to delve into the world, the massive world of John Wick Chapter 4. Okay, they did a lot of world building in this movie. You got secret assassin hotels. You've got pretty much everybody except for your dog catchers and assassin apparently in the world, and everyone pays everything with gold coin instead of Venmo. What are they thinking? Okay, so and first off, I want to apologize. I have to hold my mic there. You couldn't hear me there for a second. So for this premiere episode, fate would have it that my microphone arm that I paid like $1.25 for $1.25 okay, to steal from Toll Booth Willie. I basically got what I paid for with that microphone arm, so I'm gonna have to hold it up. So we might have to cut this episode a little shorter. We might not be able to go the full 12.5 hours that I was hoping to go. We might have to cut that by about 3,000% there. So yes, okay. But and hopefully we get some more folks in here. If you think of anybody that you would even remotely think would be interested in just talking their ass off about some John Wick Chapter 4, hey, invite them in, even like your worst enemies. Maybe it's somebody you haven't talked to in like 27 years. And maybe you're watching this, you're like, man, this is terrible. I want to send a big fuck you to an enemy. I'll make them a terrible live stream to watch. Okay, but I'm just going to choose to believe like this is the most awesome live stream that everyone's watched. Okay. And you guys are having a fantastic time. And I am just doing just great. Okay. Now, if you think otherwise, that's where the live chat comes into play. Okay. You can get into your live chat on either YouTube or Rumble. Now, YouTube is kind of like yesterday's news. Okay. YouTube is like where your grandma shares her meatloaf recipes and, her cat videos. Like the cool new kid on the block is Rumble. Okay. Because Rumble believes in free speech. All right. And we can say, pretty well, almost anything on Rumble. So that's why I am going to promote the fuck out of Rumble. Okay. All right. On this live stream. And okay, well, hey, enough about that. You know what? My good buddy Ian has created this fantastic Movies Merica intro, and I don't want to deprive you guys from this any longer. So I am going to get that intro started, and then after that, we'll get into John Wick 4, Chapter 1 or 4, whatever it's called. All right, here we go.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
All right, everybody. Thank you again for checking this out here. And I see that we have Trevor in the live chat along with Sean here as well. So absolutely, it's fantastic to see you. So hey, Trevor, 1.5 thumbs up over here. Hey, I will take whatever I can get for thumbs. All right, so I appreciate you adding that extra 0.5. That's fantastic. And getting some movies love from Sean here. So, yep, thank you there, my brother. Absolutely. So, and the chat, they're just getting to know each other, or continuing old friendships here, as Trevor would say. Hello, old friend. All right. So, and yeah, again, that live chat, get in there, because I don't want to just talk to myself, in here. I mean, I don't talk to myself and and the voices in my head. I want to talk to other people about John Wick Chapter 4. Okay, get in here. So, and hey, Will, what's up? What's up? I see you over there in the Rumble live chat. Hey, thanks for joining here. So hopefully we'll keep you entertained. Okay, so in here. And yeah, so just wanted to also let you know that we have got our tdpn.locals.com going on in here. And yeah, let's get in there. And Brandon, there we go. Someone upstairs likes me. They're looking out for me. And yeah, so if you go to tdpn.locals.com right now, not in 5 minutes, not 3 days from now, do it right now. Well, okay, it'll still work, in a little while here, in 5 days from now. But we want you to join us now. We want you to join the Till Death Podcast Network family now. And so if you go to tdpn.locals.com and enter in promo code TDPN, you get 1 month free membership. Yeah, you know what? Rumor has it, free, can't be beat. Okay, and yeah, so get in there, and you're gonna see some fantastic content. Okay, you're gonna have great stories, great blogs, get some good videos in there. You're literally gonna see things that you have never seen before. And I know everybody says that about their website and whatnot. You know what? But I mean it. Okay, it's for real when I say it. Okay, so there is that. Okay. And all right. So let's get right into John Wick Chapter 4. And so I'm going to get in here and we will take a look, see what we can see here. Okay. All right. Well, let's get in here. See what this does right here. See if that, okay. And that is probably, yep, that's not what we want. Okay, so let's do this here. So let's just get right into it, right? What do you say? Right into John Wick Chapter 4. Okay, let's just get right into it. And so, as you remember, when the movie starts, okay, we've got a really cool opening to the movie. Okay, I like the atmospheric opening to it. I like the sun coming up or going down. They got Laurence Fishburne. He's quoting somebody in the background, and he's you've got Keanu, you got John Wick, and he's like smacking on the old fist board, and he just got that big loud rumble. He's just sort of, and I like that touch there, because how many have you gone into a movie theater and you just want to watch a movie? You're just there to watch a fucking movie, but you've got everybody just yapping. Hey, honey, wasn't that a tough drive over here today? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know my kid's school is really getting on my ass. Like, oh, God, man, my boss is being a real dick. Like, and you just like, shut the hell up. All right. The movie's starting. I want to watch a movie. Okay. And John Wick Chapter 4, I'm guessing maybe they thought of that and they were like, okay, hey, we just need, we just need something to grab everyone's attention, to let everybody know, hey, time to shut the fuck up and watch the movie. So that's why you have the to get everybody's attention. And so, yeah, though, then you've got Laurence Fishburne asking John Wick, if he's ready and he not even he knows what's coming. Okay, in this movie, and we're all like, yeah, ready for what? I mean, we just know there's going to be a lot of gunfighting, a lot of action, a lot of slam bang action, and after that, cut to the desert, and we're like, what is John Wick doing in the desert here? And he's on a horse. Okay, did this turn into Tombstone? Like, did somebody switch movies on me? And we find John Wick. And he is chasing some bad guys, I'm guessing, on some horses here. And they're just going through the desert, and he's shooting. And John Wick finally hits them all. And yeah, he just finally gets to what is considered, I think, the tippy top of the high table. Okay, we've got this sultan or something just sitting out there in the desert, just chilling with his blankets and his pillow. Apparently took his Bed Bath and Beyond out with him to the desert. And John is out there like trying to ask him or trying to get him to say, hey, you know what? Hey, can you give me a break here? Okay, I know the high table wants to put a bullet in my head, but hey, you know, I gave you a finger in the last movie, okay? And you know, so just cut me some slack. So the Sultan's like, nope, can't do it there, pal. Can't do it. High table's still coming after your ass. And so John Wick, of course, doesn't take that too well, and you know, ventilates his head with that. So and Sean is like, how many people were killed with pencils in this one? So believe it or not, I think none in this. I think they saved that for John Wick Chapter 2 in that. But yeah, but maybe they'll save that for maybe the next one here if there's going to be a next John Wick. I want to see him kill somebody like 3 guys with an eraser. Now that would be really impressive. Okay, but that's probably not going to happen. Okay, but yeah. So let's go ahead and proceed on. So that is that scene right there, and yeah, Donnie. Oh, did Donnie Yen? Did he? Oh, did he? Okay, gotcha. So yeah, so hey, that's how Donnie Yen he makes his impression. I guess he killed somebody with a pencil in that. So yeah, that is fantastic. And let me message my guy in the sky here with a little producer in a big producer in the background. There we go. Now let me give Ian his props. So, all right, let's get further into this. Okay, so then after that, then we have got John Wick, and you believe he ends up going to Osaka, Japan, going to the Continental there because now he's got to hook up with people that are going to protect him. Okay. And because, you know, obviously the high table is still after him. And so he's got to shack up with somebody that's going to protect him. So he goes to the Continental in Osaka. And actually, real quick, let me say, anybody who wants to, like, you know, talk about something, because I know I'm just rattling on here going through this movie and whatnot. But yeah, anybody in the live chat, if there's something that you want me to talk about, you know, as I'm going through this, hey, feel free. Okay. And yeah, so Ian asks, is Donnie typecast as a blind martial artist? Yeah, you would think that after he was in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, as a blind martial artist, and then now this one right here, I guess that's he's not afraid of getting typecast. Yeah, but we will see. And then we got Trevor. Will John Wick 5 be in space? Maybe, and then maybe he'll team up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll have like you know, like Star-Lord, you know, and Groot hooking up with the John Wick crew there. So suddenly Guardians of the Galaxy is going to get a lot more bloody in there. So absolutely, and checking to see if we got anybody else with something that they want me to talk about. So no, a lot of sympathy for our blind community in here. A lot of blind representation in this. And I'm blind. I'm offending the blind community in here. So apparently, I'm assuming Stevie Wonder is going to pop up here in the live chat at one point, and yeah, he's going to take me out. But let me rewind a little bit back here in the movie. So, because we have a pretty pivotal event that takes place. So before we see John Wick go to Osaka, Japan, we see Winston and Charon show up who's in the Continental, and they've been summoned by the Marquis. Okay, and I guess the Marquis is like some big badass in the high table. Okay, and so he's giving them an ultimatum, basically. He's saying, hey, you know what, you've got 1 hour. Okay, and then they put the hourglass there with the sand, of course, and you know, which I thought was it was a nice touch right there. It, you know, puts everyone, you know, on their toes. Like, oh my God, what is this countdown to? You know, like what's going to go on? Like, is that something? Is somebody going to die? Are they going to blow up the hotel? Is it going to be an hour before we have to replace the batteries in our smoke detector? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, what's you know, what's this all about? And so as we see in this scene, of course, it's pretty pivotal because the Marquis ends up taking out Charon. So it takes out Lance Reddick's character, which is tragically fortuitous, I guess, because Lance Reddick, who played Charon, died what was like 6 days before this movie premiered, and there's no way that they knew that was going to happen. So I mean, it's not like they filmed this scene, alone. Hey, Lance Reddick, he's not with us anymore, so we got to kill off his character. No, this movie was actually filmed back in 2021, and they were going to actually release it last year in May. But there was this other little movie, you may have heard of it, Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, so Top Gun Maverick released on the same day last May that John Wick Chapter 4 was originally going to release. And in John Wick Chapter 4, the filmmakers were like, fuck that, we're not going up against Maverick. we'll just delay our little movie to 2023 March, to be specific. And so so there's no way that Lance Reddick scene got filmed 10 minutes ago, once they heard that Lance Reddick had tragically died. And yes, Trevor, you're absolutely right. Rest in peace for Lance Reddick. Absolutely. So, and let me go ahead and get over here. I'm going to try to send some pictures over to my trusty producer. Get that son over there. Pardon my progress. See if we can make this happen. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and roll. And I've got some music coming through on my I'm not sure what that's all about. Okay. All right. So, we're going to continue on here. Okay. So, because, I'm not seeing a fast way to get those files over to you, Ian, there. So, I don't know if that Ian, mood music. Nice. Okay. There you go. See, I'm learning, everybody. I'm learning, so that's, and you get to watch the whole thing happen. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, Ian, I think we're just going to forego the pictures. Right? I don't want to make everyone wait on that. So, but next time I'll have the pictures, and unfortunately, it won't be pictures of Hunter Biden. Okay. But maybe I'll have those in a future episode right there on our Hunter Biden movie episode. But I think we can get by with. They were just pictures of John Wick Chapter 4. But you know what? You guys have all seen the movie. You guys have got the pictures in your head. All right. So we're gonna keep on. We're gonna press on forward. Okay. So Charon has been assassinated, been killed by the Marquis, who we learn right now is a class A asshole. Okay, and he's going to be the main baddie for this movie. And then of course, the Continental gets blown up. Those are the two big events in that scene. Okay, and then we move on to the Osaka or the Continental in Osaka. And we get to meet Hiroyuki Sanada's character. I had to make sure my mic was still plugged in. Hiroyuki Sanada's character, who he's the head honcho over at the Continental in Osaka. And we meet him and his daughter, who's the concierge there. And she's played by Rina Sawayama. Okay. And if you watched my spoiler-free episode for John Wick Chapter 4, you learned that Rina is actually a Japanese musician. Okay, she's like the Britney Spears of Japan, or one of them right now. And but in this one, she just plays a badass martial artist, badass like ninja type, so to speak, right there. So we meet her, and we also meet the guy known as the Tracker, or as he wants everyone to call him, Mr. Nobody, and his dog. Okay. And we're getting some more dog action in this one after John Wick Chapter 3 and Halle Berry's Pooches. We get some dog action in this, except for in the Chapter 3 and in Chapter 4 here, the dogs. Yeah, no dogs are killed in this one. Right, the dogs actually do the killing. They kick some ass in this one. No puppies getting killed. So that was the one thing I didn't like about that first movie right there. Like, come on, man, come on. But hey, that had to be the catalyst for this. All right. So, but yeah, Trevor, you got that right. This is Trial by Fire live streaming. Okay. And Sketchy Jesus has my back. Thank you. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah. So then we've got the tables set at the Continental in Osaka. Okay. And so we find out that the high table is on the premises. Okay. But not only the high table, John Wick is there. Okay. And John Wick is just having a little reunion with his buddy. I think Hiro is the name of Hiroyuki Sanada's character, the head of the Continental Osaka. And they're just having a little powwow over some sake or whatever. Okay. And then the high table shows up. And there's like, all right, hey, we're here, man. We're here for an inspection. All right, we're here. We need to see if you're harboring John Wick right here, because we know you and your dad and John Wick are all tight, and they're buddies. And so John Wick's or Hero comes on down to basically let him know, hey, just to face him, have a confrontation with the high table. But one thing I like about before he goes down there to talk about the high table is he goes to his henchmen, his soldiers, so to speak, for the Continental Osaka. And he's like, get ready to show hospitality. I like the way he phrased that, because right after he says that, then they open up the fridges and there's like katanas and bows and arrows, and throwing stars and all that shit, so, all the shit that I'm sure we all have around the house, right? So, that's when like, okay, this shit is about to go down. Okay. And so then, so we cut back to John Wick and then Akira. Akira is Rino Sawayama's character there, and then they meet up, or they meet each other, and then it's just like, hey, we know, I'm ticked off, that you came here because now you've put us all in danger, and then we find out quickly, like, oh shit, yeah, no shit, okay, the high table is here. And yeah, the battle ensues. Okay. All right. So the high table's like, what, we want to inspect your hotel. Hero's like, fuck that. Get the hell out of here. All right. You ain't coming in here. This is my Continental. High table's not having it. The next thing you know, we've got what you'd consider our first big battle of the movie. All right. So just picture that battle in your mind here while I get a little tug off the old beer. Got to keep the old whistle wetted here while we go through here. So, and Sean, the throwing stars are in the pantry. Yeah, Sean, I knew it. See, Sean is a ninja. He's got his hardware, his killing tools in his pantry right next to the wheat thins. So yes, so then we got that big battle, and that's the first big battle right there, and we just see some kick-ass action in there. And we find out that the soldiers at the Osaka Continental, they can hold up, they can hold their own. Okay, they're taking guys out, but then they quickly realize that, hey, the high table, they didn't come with the skeleton crew. All right, they are coming out and with guns blazing, full army, and pretty soon, then we meet the nunchucks are in the garage. We got ninja tools all over their houses. Okay. And so then we can't forget, we meet Caine, okay, Donnie Yen's character, who we've heard about, okay, and I hear he's blind. I don't know. I wish somebody here in the chat would tell me that Caine is blind. And we meet him. We find out that he knows Hero, and he's begging Hero, like, hey, you know what? No, nobody's blood has to be spilled. Okay, we can settle this peacefully. All right, and and then Hero, of course, is not having it, and so in all of that, we meet Caine, and Caine earlier in the movie has been commissioned by the Marquis, like, hey, we need you to go find John Wick, because we know that you're tight with John Wick, and maybe he won't see you coming, right? And so that's why Caine shows up in the picture here, and he joins in the battle, and then we find out that he basically has a confrontation with Hero, little later on in the battle, and again, he's like, Hero, man, come on, like, give up John Wick. You don't owe him anything. Like, live a life of peace and whatnot. And Hero, like a good buddy, was it a little on the nose that his name was Caine? Exactly. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Chad Stahelski, the director of or the writers of John Wick Chapter 4. I hear you. Yeah, there you go. Wink, wink. With the Caine. But so yeah, but Hero, like a good buddy, like he's tight with John Wick. He's like, nah, man, I'm not giving up my buddy for you. And so Hero unfortunately got hit with gunfire. He's got a bullet wound, so he's got a disadvantage in this fight with Caine. Caine ends up killing him. And then his daughter, as you would expect, Hero's daughter, as you expect, is gonna, fight, Caine for killing her dad. And Caine's like, don't do it, right? Don't do it. And she's like, yeah, I'm shot too. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking die right here. And that's like, revenge is a dish, best served cold. So yeah, I'll see you later, there, Caine. Well, it's probably not the wrong thing to say to Caine, but I'll catch up with you later. And apparently Caine knows that, because Caine's even like, I'll be waiting for you, so he knows what's up. Okay. And so yeah, it's we kind of move on in the movie. It was sad to see Scorpion got by a blind dude. Exactly. It's like not everything's rosy in this movie. Okay. Not everything is rosy. Okay. So we move on from Osaka. And then I think, and you know what? And that's one thing we learn about this movie is John Wick must have a lot of frequent flyer miles, because, we see him in Osaka, Japan. He escapes. And then next thing you know, we find him in New York. Okay. And he's like talking to Winston. Okay. And so Winston and him are, I think John Wick is pretty much just trying to figure out, like, what the fuck do I do now? I mean, and Winston's like, well, hey, you could challenge the high table to a duel, or the Marquis to a duel. And so yeah, he's just like, hey, wait, like, how do I do that? Like, I don't sit at the high table. And Winston's, of course, like, well, your family does, right? And so then John Wick's like, oh shit, all right, well, now I got to put in some extra work, because I pissed off my family. They ripped up my card in the last movie here, and my family's probably not going to be too happy to see me. And we find that out pretty soon, because then John Wick, he uses some more of those frequent flyer miles and flies his ass to Berlin. Okay, so he's all over the place. I mean, what the hell? He should be like, we should have like John Wick's travel tips or something like that. So and so he ends up in Berlin, and yeah, he goes to the church to hook up with his family, and he's greeted with a shotgun blast, as we all are, right? When we go home for Thanksgiving, we see our family, hey, grandma, boom, right? And so luckily he's got that indestructible suit jacket on that apparently a lot of the characters in this movie have, that suit jacket. It can take everything except maybe a Scud missile. And so he withstands that shotgun blast, and he's taken captive, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, by his family. And his family is about to kill him. And he does a little bartering. Okay. He does a little bartering, like, hey, you know what? I need to, take me back into the family. And the family's like, sure. No problem. Just one little thing we need you to do. Okay. All right. Easy. Very easy. Like a very simple task. Like, yeah. All you got to do is like go and kill this guy whose literal name is Killa. Okay. So, see ya. Good luck. Okay. And so then I think that's the suit that Sean was talking about all men should have. Yeah. So, that's funny. I went to Men's Warehouse last week. They didn't have that. I don't know why. And they basically looked at me. They gave me a really strange look when I asked for that. So yeah. Okay. And I don't know. John Wick flies American Airlines. I don't know if he does. He doesn't fly coach. Okay. I'm sure he gives like, I think he pays in gold coins. So that John Wick is flying in style. Okay. Absolutely. And, so we can't have John Wick. Cause I mean, this guy, he carries around a $7,000 pistol. Okay. So this guy is rolling in the gold. Absolutely. So no Kevlar. Absolutely. So, so I gotta get me one of those suits right there. Absolutely. So that's gonna happen right after this live stream. Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So there you go. Sketchy on the ball with the drops. And so then next thing you know, we hear and then, that's what we know all of what that's leading to, right? We got a big battle coming up here, but first John Wick's got to meet up with Killa, okay? And Killa is actually played by Scott Adkins, okay? And Scott Adkins he's a martial artist, like an MMA fighter in real life, but he's an action star as well. Now, most of his action movies, they go straight to video. Okay. He's like, poor man's John Willis. Let's try that again. A poor man's Bruce Willis. A poor man's Don Swayze. Well, Don Swayze. Don Swayze's a poor man's Don Swayze. Hey, John Wick versus Cocaine Bear. I was waiting for someone to ask that. Thanks, Trevor. Who wins? Well, it depends on if John is unarmed. Okay. Because if he's unarmed, yeah, he's gonna be bear food. Okay, so yeah, and then Cocaine Bear is gonna snort a rail after he eats John Wick's ass, But if John Wick is armed, okay, especially if he's got that Jakara's Gen 12, that AR-15, or that shotgun that he has in this movie with him, yeah, he's gonna have a brand new bearskin rug. So that's a great question, Trevor. Absolutely, okay, and. But at this point, John Wick's not going up against Cocaine Bear in this scene, which, I wish he was, because that would be more entertaining than Killa. Okay. But Killa actually looks like a bear. Okay. This is a big guy, and it's Scott Adkins in a fat suit. And Scott Adkins, actually, he does like stunt work as well. He's done stunt work on the previous John Wick movies. But yeah, if you look up Scott Adkins, you'll see like, oh yeah, that's an in shape dude. He's an MMA fighter. Okay. And so it's kind of like Colin Farrell in the Batman, right? Colin Farrell's a in shape dude, right? And then he put on a fat suit to play the Penguin in the Batman. And so we've got a little bit of that here with Scott Adkins, getting up in a fat suit with playing to play Killa, okay? And so we see Killa. Apparently Killa, like he knows himself some cards, and so he basically he gets the kind of the heads up of why John Wick is there from Klaus. I like that character. Basically, he's like the Groot of this movie. The only thing he says is, "I am Klaus. I am Klaus." Okay, and I was like, okay, all right. And apparently, everybody knows what he means when he says, "I am Klaus." Okay, all right. So I am Klaus hands Killa a note, and basically the note insinuates like, yeah, John Wick is here to smoke your ass. Okay. And then, so Killa's like, yeah, you're not the only one here. We have a surprise guest. It's ding, 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 ding. It's Caine. Yeah, your good buddy Caine. Apparently he survived the trip to Osaka. And, he is here to join the party. Okay. And so Caine is there to join in the festivities. And then all of a sudden they find our new buddy, our new friend, the tracker, Mr. Nobody. And they haul him inside. And so, yeah, you got yourself a little kind of how do we call it, a Mexican standoff at the card table there. But they have a little card game there. What is that? What, 5 cards, draw or whatever. And then suddenly, like, John Wick, he just takes Killa by surprise, and the shit starts. Okay. And everyone's going crazy. Big battle ensues. Okay. And Killa's trying to get away. And I like this part because Killa's trying to get away and his henchmen are trying to get him away. And John Wick is like taking out fools, but he's like shooting, in the distance, and he like hits Killa right in the ass, which is a pretty big target, right?
Gotcha, bitch.
Yes, exactly. Gotcha, bitch. Yeah. And, so he's they always say like, aim for center mass, right? When you're, well, in this case, he aimed for center ass apparently. And he had a pretty good target. And so Killa is trying to walk away with a left cheek that's bleeding profusely. And so of course, in John Wick style, he goes through the henchmen, like he just rips them up like coleslaw. And at this part, when the chase starts into the dance club, I like this part because I've always liked the music in the John Wick movies. It's and it's the synth and the type. I know I sound exactly like the music. I know that's dead on impression. And at this part, they have like this really killer, like bassy ass track. While John Wick is chasing him through the club and whatnot. I thought that was badass. And so, yeah, and let me know here in the chat if you like that music right there. I like all kinds of music. Every music, every kind of music except for honky tonk noise pollution, or as other people call it, country music. But the music they're playing here, I definitely like that. And so it goes well with the fight scene. And it also allows all the dancers, all the party goers at this club to just mysteriously just keep dancing while you've got, people getting axes, thrust into their head and bullets whizzing all over the place and, people getting thrown this way and that. And apparently, yeah, all the club goers. I guess this happens all the time, right? They're just saying, "Hey, man, you want to go to the club in Berlin? Yeah, man, maybe there'll be another gunfight. Yeah, but hey, whatever we do, man, when the gunfight kicks in, this is keep dancing. Yeah, all right, I like this track. Okay, all right." And so that's one of the things that I can suspend my disbelief. Sean, house music is bullshit. Yeah, everyone's a critic. And so then, yeah, they're just still dancing while John Wick is just dispatching baddies left and right and whatnot, So, but I just can't suspend my disbelief that much. Where, yeah, you've got everyone just they see this gunfight, going on. It's like, yeah, let's just keep doing the Macarena. All right, so yeah, and then Killa gets a hold of John Wick, and for a fat guy, Killa can move, right? Killa can fight. And he's got John Wick. John Wick, he's got John Wick's ass. Okay, and so while Killa's got a bullet in his ass, he's got John Wick's ass. Okay, and then we have another one of John Wick's miraculous falls. Okay, those John Wick falls where they like throw him from like 40 stories high, and he like just does this. It's just a minor flesh wound. I just fell from like 4,000 feet. Yeah, no problem. Onto concrete, and so that he gets he lands on like hard concrete there. Water splashing everywhere, and then yeah, you've just got Killa coming after his ass, and finally he gets Killa and throws Killa, and basically Killa obviously like breaks his neck or some shit like that, And then so he basically rips the gold tooth out of there. So because apparently Killa's a big Lil Wayne fan, and he wants the grill, just like Lil Wayne. So yeah, Sean, no money down. And so then, hey, you know what? John Wick, he finishes with his easy, simple task that his family wanted him to do. Okay, so hold that thought. All right. And he takes his Lil Wayne memento to back to his Russian family, to I think his niece or something like that or whatever. So yeah, and Ian, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that Killa death scene was rad. Okay, and it had great music to go with it too. I think Sean would agree. So yeah, so then he gets he hands out the gold tooth. And to his niece or whatever, the Russian family. We'll just call him the Russian family, right? And to thank him for his fighting and his gift to them for avenging the leader of their family. She's just like, yeah, you see that cauldron over there? Yeah, what we're gonna do? We're gonna fill that with flames, all right? And yeah, and then we're gonna make you stick your arm on there to burn a fucking imprint into your arm right there. So yeah, so that's how we roll. Okay, yeah, some people give people a Whitman sampler chocolate, or some people give it like a case of beer or something like that, like for a job well done. Yeah, you get yourself a nice little arm scar. Okay, absolutely. But hey, it means he's in the family. All right. Not a family I'd want to be a part of if I got to do that shit. Okay. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. And so now he's in the family. All right, he's in the family, and now he is in a position, everybody, to challenge the Marquis to a duel. Okay, so now he's starting to think, hey, I'm getting closer. all right, I could actually make it out of this thing. Okay, I could actually get out. Have that high table, like get up off my ass. Okay, and hey, maybe I can open up that coffee shop. That I've been thinking around. Thinking about opening up there. I could live my life in peace and whatnot. So, but first he's got to take on the Marquis in a duel. Yeah, Trevor, good point. It was an arm score or popcorn tin, his choice. Yeah, neither one is a good choice in my opinion. Yes, but yeah. So then they end up in Paris, and apparently they can't negotiate a duel just at an Applebee's, right? They got to have like this cool location, out in front of it looks like the Louvre or something like that. They got the high table does it in class. All right. So no Applebee's, no meeting at TGI Fridays for them. Okay. And so yeah, they do the negotiations after Winston proposes the duel. I should mention that. That's an important scene, and the Marquis goes like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I'll do it. All right. Oh, and by the way, Winston, yeah, if John Wick loses, you do too. Okay. He goes on the ground, you do too. Okay. And so we were negotiating the duel. Ends up okay. It's going to be at sunrise at the Sakura Cure or something or whatever. There's Sacred Cure. It's like I think it means like Sacred Heart in French or something like that. With dueling pistols. Okay. And now John Wick wanted it like right then and there. Okay. All right. He wanted to shoot up Applebee's, I guess. Oh, wait, it wasn't an Applebee's. And so the duel is set. Okay. And so the players are in place. The time is set. And how this is going to go down is all arranged. And and another important detail, which disappointed me. The Marquis is like, oh, I'm not going to do my own fighting. Hell no. I have my eyesight, and who better at pistol dueling than a blind man? Okay. So hey, Caine, yeah, dude. Yeah, you're gonna do my fighting for me. I'm a complete pussy that just wears fancy suits and hangs out like I'm on Lifestyles of Rich and Famous. Yeah, so you're gonna do my fighting for me. And by the way, get this. Okay, if you lose, your daughter's dead. Okay, so there you go. And
gotcha, bitch.
Exactly. He's like, and it was almost like at that point I was like, it's almost like I just hired Dave Chappelle to do your dueling for you. Okay, probably have better luck. But as we see at the end, and this is a spoilery, episode. So yeah, as Caine's up to the challenge, right? But yeah, so Caine is going to do the dueling for the Marquis, who again turns out to be a complete pussy. And that's one of the things that I was disappointed in, because I thought when I was watching the trailer for this, I thought Bill Skarsgård, who plays the Marquis, I thought that character was going to be like this dude who walks around. He's got like these, $7,000 suits or whatever, and he's this badass, right? Not so much, but anyway, so we, fast forward, and so the Marquis is hanging out in another one of his fancy schmancy locales, and his number two shows up. Number two shows up. And he's like, hey, dude, what are you thinking, man? You got a blind man? You have Stevie Wonder, do your dueling for you? Like, what the fuck, right? And the Marquis lets his number two guy know, and he lets the audience know. He lets us all know, like, hey, buddy, all right, hey, I got this all in hand, all right? I don't think he's going to make it to the duel, man, okay? Got some bad guys in town. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Trevor. Utilize his trial by combat champion, Game of Thrones style. Yeah, so, yeah. Like he's a Tyrion Lannister. Exactly. So we go on, and we are moving on to John Wick, and he basically goes down to the catacombs or whatever, and the catacombs of Paris. And look who's there. It's Laurence Fishburne. It's the Bowery King. Yeah, his old buddy, from the Matrix movies. And, obviously Laurence Fishburne's been in the previous John Wick movies, okay? And John Wick, or Laurence Fishburne, he doesn't come empty-handed. He shows up, in another Men's Warehouse suit, bulletproof suit. And he's like, hey, everyone's got to forget the line. He's like, you got to look your best, when you get married or buried. Okay, great line. All right, so yeah, I use that one on the chicks all the time. So yeah, they give me strange looks, and then they file restraining orders against me. I don't know what's up with that, but anyway. So yeah, so Laurence Fishburne hands him his Men's Warehouse suit. Okay, and also he gives him this pretty sweet pistol. And this is like my favorite, gun that John Wick has used so far in these movies. Okay, and it's the Charon Tactical Pit Viper, the 9mm. Sweet piece of steel, and it's only $7,000. I mean, so yeah, just head on down to your local gun store, pick one up right now. I'm sure everyone's got that handy, but now one thing I don't get is with the $7,000 gun. Okay, as we know with John Wick movies, okay, he goes into a gunfight, he empties a mag in his first gun, and then he like tosses the gun sometimes or whatever, if he runs out of mags, he grabs another bad guy's gun and whatnot. I don't know why he wants to do that. I didn't see him with that $7,000 gun. I don't know if he holstered that and like started grabbing other guns or something like that, but hopefully he didn't throw that bad boy away. Okay, because that's going to set you some back. Okay, that's that's going to be like 7,100 easy payments, $999 a month. Okay, for that gun. Okay, but anyway, so he ventures out into Paris, and we find out that hey, you know what? The High Table apparently, they apparently like themselves some WKRP in Cincinnati because they've got their own radio station. Yeah, High Table. You're listening to High Table Radio. All right. Hey, yeah, everybody. Hey, the traffic on by the Arc de Triomphe is mild right now. We've got a temperatures of 74 degrees, and sunset's going to be at 7:05. Like it's just, but they don't just say that, right? They're broadcasting to all the High Table assassins, and she's this DJ's just like, hey, this is where John Wick's at. Everybody, get him. Kind of an unfair advantage. Okay. So in this case, WKRP in Cincinnati is working against John Wick. And if you're probably under a certain age, you're probably like, what the fuck is WKRP in Cincinnati? So I will cease using that as a reference right now. Okay. So John Wick is just, he thinks, he doesn't know about this. He doesn't know all these assassins know to like get him, right? He's just like, I'm just going to head to the church for my pistol duel, and I'm just going to take out, Donnie Yen. I mean, come on, if I can't win a pistol duel against a blind guy, what the fuck, right? And so he just thinks he's going to go for a leisurely stroll. And one thing I don't get is, the Bowery King, where he drops John Wick off at, he drops him off like it's some neighborhood, like by the Arc de Triomphe, which is nowhere fucking where near the Sacre Coeur, the church they end up at. I'm like, there's underground, rivers that pretty much like take you, if you know Paris, like it goes like right there by that church. Okay. But of course, if he did that, we wouldn't have the big chase scene and whatnot, so that's again, another situation where you have to, suspend your disbelief and just go with it. Right. And so then John he's just walking along, whistling a happy tune. Right. And then next thing you know, we got some big bads coming after him, right? And the shit starts going down, man. The bullets start flying. Kicks start happening. This is fists are flying right back right there. So, and hey, good point there, Ian. Yeah, the radio DJ concept was a callback to the Warriors, yes. And and basically it was, telling all the assassins like, come out and play. And they start playing. And so they end up by the Arc de Triomphe, which I think is the second coolest action scene in this movie. Okay, they got the chase scene in Arc de Triomphe, and of course before he gets to the Arc de Triomphe, basically the Paris's version of the St. Louis Arch. That's all I always consider it. And they got the roundabout going around it. But before they even get to that point, he's managed to knock the doors off both sides of the muscle car he's in handy, right? Because, when he's at the Arc de Triomphe, when he's driving around, he's just firing rounds like left and right out of these doors. Comes in pretty handy for that. And then, you just get this really cool-ass action scene right by the Arc de Triomphe. And you just got guys like coming after him in heavy traffic and just getting hit, by cars. And now, apparently, when bad guys get hit by cars, they stay down. When John Wick gets hit by a car, again, he's, he gets right back up right there, so which, hey, that's what we want, right? We want John Wick to live.
Crash and burn, huh, Mav?
I was hoping there was going to be a moment where we could use this. I thought there's probably like 27 moments you could have used that in this episode right there with this rookie at live streaming here. But so then we got that chase right there at Arc de Triomphe. I'm not going to belabor that point. So he miraculously gets out of that scene, and he moves on further into Paris, closer to the church. Okay. And then, of course, that's when, High Table Radio goes, hey, all you losers, apparently you haven't got John Wick yet, all right? You guys suck, all right? Oh, by the way, here he is. This is where he's at. Go get him again. And he ends up at this abandoned house. Now, this is what I consider the coolest part of the movie, all right? Because he ends up, earlier in the movie, they show, like, all the bad guys gearing up, right? And they show a guy who's got like a box of Dragon's Breath rounds right there. And I saw those, like, holy fuck, are they going to actually use those later on in the movie? Like, they have to. They can't show those and not use them. And so then, so fast forward to the abandoned house, and one of the bad guys gets smoked by John Wick. And then John Wick, like, picks up his gun, which happens to be another Terran tactical gun. It's a Dracarys Gen 12. And he apparently has these Dragon's Breath rounds in it. And John proceeds to use a shotgun like a dragon off of Game of Thrones, so Trevor, going back, Game of Thrones reference right there. Absolutely. And just starts lighting up fools. All right. He's not just blasting these guys. He's lighting these guys up on fire. Okay. And talk about gotcha, bitch. All right. He's just gotcha, bitch on all these guys.
Gotcha, bitch.
There you go. Yes. And right. The overhead video game type cinematography was awesome. Okay. And and it just fit perfectly because then the music starts and you got the overhead shot, and he's just blasting fools with those Dragon's Breath shotgun rounds. And it's not like some brief little 17-second scene. No, they keep going. He's going room to room. And I didn't time it, but it's probably like a good 2-3 minutes or something like that. Of that, where he just got guys just getting lit on fire. Okay. And Trevor, he's glad they updated the technology from telephone operators to radios. Yes. Yeah, gotta keep at the time. We gotta have our movie suitable for modern audiences. That's what it's all about. And so then and it did remind me, like I said in my spoiler-free review, which I'm sure you guys all watched, right? Or watched and listened to. That overhead scene reminded me of Minority Report, with spy spiders going through. And I thought that was cool. But this scene kicks the ever living shit out of that Minority Report scene, okay? Because no one was getting no one was getting blasted in that one. Next will be Betamax. Oh yeah. If you know what WKRP in Cincinnati is, you probably know what Betamax is as well there. So yeah. So everyone pour one out for Betamax. Speaking of that. Oh yeah. We should we should have like a spot that comes up while I'm drinking beer, like, pardon our progress. He is imbibing some sweet liquid, or something like that. Something like that. We'll talk about that later. So yes, we are moving on here. And so after he's blasting those fools, then again, we have yet another quintessential John Wick drop. Okay, but this time he just jumps out of a window, lands 3 stories down. And not only does he oh yeah, brew review time. Yep, absolutely. So that would be a good idea. With that. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it, man. Let's go for it. So brew review time this time. Shiner Bach. Absolutely. So, and Ian could tell I was parched. So yeah, we're just like, hey, what a great time to have brew review time. Okay. And so, you know what? Since I'm in Texas, we've got Shiner Bach, okay, from the town of Shiner. All right. So, and you drink too many of these, you're probably going to want to give somebody a shiner right there. But unless you're a friendly drunk like me, I'm a friendly drunk. But let's get into this. Let's take a little tug. That's good stuff. All right, that's my really long brew review. All right, yep. Got a well-oiled machine here, Ian's cool. I'm the part that's... I'm the fly in the ointment here, but hey, that won't be the case for long right there because, hey, by next week, I'm going to be a seasoned veteran at this shit, okay? So, yeah, seasoned veteran. I look like a total pro. I look like
man and a woman.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, okay? Yes. So then, John Wick, he falls down, 3 stories, or he jumps out 3 stories, right? And he can't just land on the ground. He's got to hit a van and then hit the ground, okay? So, kind of like that golf ball scene in Happy Gilmore. It was like ding, 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 just hitting everything, right? So, except in this case, it's John Wick going ding, 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 just hitting everything, right? And so then he makes his way again. He falls, he drops 3 stories in. And so he moves on up. Okay, so he's got all right. Hey, I still got this pistol duel to show up, and I got to get there by sunrise. Okay, time is a wasting. Okay, and he looks at his watch. Now, John Wick, as if you did notice, he wears his watch in an unusual way. Okay, he's got the face right on his wrist, right, and he's got to do that with his watch to watch it. And some of you might be wondering why he does that. Well, combat veterans do that because if you have the face like in the normal place, like on mine right there, the glint can tip off the enemies, okay? And so that's why they have the face on the inside of their wrist so that doesn't happen, okay? So that's a nice little touch from the writers of the, John Wick movies. They know, like, hey, John Wick, he knows what's up, okay? He's a combat veteran. And speaking of combat, he's about to get in a whole lot more, okay? And so then we get to the stairway to, well, I was going to say stairway to heaven. Well, I guess it is a stairway to heaven in this case, okay? And he gets to 222 steps, okay? And thanks to, that bitch DJ on the high table, radio station, of course, she lets everybody know, hey, he's at the bottom of the steps, get him, all right? John Wick's if John Wick would have made it out of this alive, I'm sure he probably would have shown up at that radio station and blasted her, okay? We have the stair sequence. Let's try that again. Stair sequence. And right, before he gets up the stairs, of course, he sees all.
I'm a dumbass.
Yes, guilty. I'm always fucked on Honics. I know how to speak perfect English. So then he starts up the stairs, right? Okay, starts up the stairs, and actually, this is another musical moment that I like because they start playing this remix version of this song Genesis. No, not the band Genesis. Okay, no, Phil Collins. Okay, no, it's this song called Genesis, and it's by this Paris techno group called Justice, and so this song was like a big hit in 2007, 2008 because it was like on a Dodge or a Chevy commercial or something like that, and so they started playing that, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, this movie's been on this whole time, but now it's really on. Okay, now they're not fucking around. So he gets in there. Sorry about that beer burp. Hazards of the trade. So anyway, gets up there. He starts up the stairs and he starts kicking ass. Now, gets up there. He gets, he's making his way up these stairs. He gets up there and he gets, I think, almost to the top, almost to the top. And lo and behold, thanks to that fucking high table DJ, you got the Marquis number 2 up there waiting for him. So right about the time when John Wick is just like, yeah, I can see the church. It's right there, man. I'm right there. I'm about to, all shit. He gets kicked in the fucking head or something like that by Marquis number 2. Goes tumbling down the steps. Okay.
Crash and burn, huh, Mav?
Yeah, exactly. And oh, by the way, Slider, you stink. Yes.
I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Hey, I didn't approve that, but it's appropriate. So he goes tumbling down the stairs again, And and oh good, Trevor, Gonna Fly Now could have been a better Stair song. Yep. Probably would have been cheaper than getting the rights to Stairway to Heaven too. So yeah. So he gets knocked all the way down, and lo and behold, who do we see show up? Stevie Wonder's best buddy, Caine. Okay, and Caine's like, "Hey man, I know you just fell down like 222 stairs, but hey, get up, pussy. All right, you know what? If you could jump out of a 3-story window, land on a van, and still still get up, you can fall down all those stairs and just and survive it and make it." And because Caine knows, like, if he doesn't get up those stairs, his daughter's dead. Okay, and so they end up getting to how dare you say, who do we see? That's sight phobic. Oh my god, I'm gonna be so insensitive.
Be offended.
That's right, be offended. There you go. And I'll make it up to you there, blind people. We'll have a dart contest, and if I win, you have to kiss my ass. All right, there you go. So then, they start making up the stairs. All right, and now this time, Caine is there to help him out. All right, and which is kind of weird, because like you're thinking about it. At least I was thinking about it. Like, okay, they're fighting all these bad guys to inevitably get up there where they actually have to duel with each other. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic to the whole scene there. And so they get up there, and then also we've run into Marquis number 2, and then John Wick takes him out, and actually I think it was the dog, because there's so many bodies, so many people being killed, so many people dying, like I lose track of like who's killing who. All I know is Marquis number 2 got pissed on by a dog. Yes, got pissed on by a pooch. Yeah, little payback, because this is the same guy that threw that pooch into a windshield back by the Arc de Triomphe. And that dog was like, "Yeah, I remember what you fucking did, motherfucker. Yeah, taste some Mountain Dew. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, are you thirsty? Because I got plenty of." Yes, gotcha, bitch. Exactly, and a bitch literally, I think, pissed on him.
I gotta go take him.
Yes, brilliant timing. And actually, the dog pissing scene, that was the loudest laugh, of course, out of the theater. Apparently, we have a lot of dog lovers, or a lot of freaks that like the sight of dogs pissing on people. I don't know. It's probably both.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yes. And so then Caine and John Wick, they make it up to the very top. All right, they make it up to the tippy top up by the church. And there, of course, we see Winston and the Marquis and our new character. I think the Judah, or the arbitrator, the Judah. They have all these names for all these characters in these John Wick movies, like the adjudicator, the arbitrator, the Terminator, the turkey baster. I don't know, like all these different names for people. And that's played by Clancy Brown, that you probably know best from like Highlander, the greatest movie ever made. So they're up there, they're waiting. They're like, "Hey, what took you so long there, dipshits? All right, we're here. We're here for a duel, okay?" The masturbator, good with bait. Exactly. Got to be good. Got to be good with something, right? Do what you're good at. Then the tax evader. Yes, that's we're getting some good comments from you guys tonight. Trevor, yep, you guys are doing God's work here with these live chat comments. And so then, the Harbinger. Thank you. Yes, I knew it. Well, one thing I didn't know, I knew it definitely wasn't a turkey baster. I was between turkey baster and Harbinger. Okay. And so we meet up, and we get the pistol duel. Okay, it's on. All right, you guys, it's pistol duel time on pay-per-view. All right, except we don't have the guy like, "Are you ready to rumble?" Like, that's the only thing that was missing from that scene. All right. Rumble! Yes, that would have been a nice substitute there. And so then we've got and one scene in this, or one moment in the scene I like, is that after Caine and John Wick, they take their places, what is it, like 30 paces away, and the Marquis shows up to give Caine his round, And then the Marquis just, as a dick move, decides to remind him, hey, no pressure, buddy, but hey, your daughter dies if you fail. And the Caine, does the boss move and just says, fuck off. All right.
Fuck you.
Elizabeth.
Heartfelt.
Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, that was that was another cheer moment in the theater there. So that got the crowd all riled up right there. Nothing like fuck off to get everybody all everybody riled up. And so, yeah, we got the pistol duel going on, and it kind of plays out like the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. And so then, yeah, the pistol duel goes the way it goes, right? So they shoot, no one dies in the first shot, move up 20 paces or 10 paces up to 20 paces, shoot, nobody dies. And then we come up where they're like 10 paces away from each other. And then Leo DiCaprio comes out and it jumps to the quick and the dead. Yes. And then all of a sudden, yeah, Gene Hackman taps John Wick on the shoulder, like, hey, buddy, I got this. All right, John Wick, you just go over there. And that's 110-year-old Gene Hackman, like right now, however old he is right now, comes on. I got this, John Wick. I'll take your place. So yeah, I like the quick and the dead reference. Sir Trevor, again, you're doing God's work. Thank you, my son. So then, yeah, they get within 10 paces, and I forget the quote that John Wick does, but he's just like, what? Those who dwell on life die, and those who dwell on death live, or something like that, which is kind of like kind of a portent of like what's to come, right? And so then Caine, he basically gets a good fatal shot on John Wick, and you mean Biden? Exactly. I'm serious, man. I'll fight that guy for. I'm serious. Hey, are those good-looking kids over there? Hey, come here, Junior. And so we got John Wick laying on the ground, and of course the Marquis and another dick move. All right, ice cream, yes, yeah, and apparently he likes ice cream the best during national tragedies. So yeah, so that's our 81 million votes, everybody. Freest and fairest election ever. Yep. So. So then, yeah, we've got John Wick laying down. It looks like he's done for, right? Caine's still up. He's still standing on 2 feet. Looks like he's got this thing won. And then Marquis, and yet another dick move, goes, I call the coup de grace. I'm gonna put the final shot into John Wick. So Caine, give me that damn dueling pistol. All right, I got this. After not before Caine says, "Hey, is me and my daughter, are we cool?" And the Marquis is like, "Yeah, you're good. Don't want you to be, but yeah, you're good. Whatever." And so then, yeah, in a pure John Wick boss move, then obviously we see the Marquis points the dueling pistol at John, and then that's when Winston, he has his own little boss moment there, and he's like, "You arrogant asshole. He never shot." And that's when the Marquis knows what's up. He's like, "Oh, fuck," as he looks at John Wick, and John Wick puts a round in his head.
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch. Yeah.
Which I wish John Wick would have said. But I guess it wasn't that kind of mode. I guess it wasn't that kind of mood, if right in the middle of this scene, all of a sudden John Wick, yeah. So, no. But so that way John Wick, he's still gonna die, but he takes out the Marquis because, as we all know, the Marquis is a well-dressed dickhead, right? But he also lets Caine win, and Caine's daughter dies. Caine's daughter doesn't die. The matter of fact, the exact opposite. She gets to live. All right, and but then John Wayne. Jeez, wow. There we go. Let's have another. Apparently, I need some more alcohol because to enhance my English.
I'm a dumbass.
Exactly. Yeah. So apparently, John Wayne, as we're calling him now, I read somewhere that Keanu only said 380 words throughout the whole movie. Little quarterback punk. Yes, exactly. Little quarterback punk. Changed his name to Utah. Yep. What if he said? And that's how the cookie crumbles. But he's got to say it better than that. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Yeah. It's like that's how a badass says it right there. But yeah, so then so he basically allows Caine's daughter and Caine to have a happy ending. No, not that kind of happy ending. Okay, and John Wick ends up dying at the end, and or does he? I don't know. To be continued, right? And we'll let Lionsgate, the movie studio that released this, make the call, right? Because this movie is making serious bank. And so yeah, I'm sure Lionsgate's going to be like, please, pretty please, the sugar on top. They're going to do unspeakable things to Chad Stahelski and Keanu Reeves to get them to make John Wick 5. Okay. And we got Ian. I think there is so much action in these movies because Keanu isn't the best actor. Such cheeseball delivery of his lines. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. He hasn't learned anything since like Dracula, when he had that terrible English accent. It's like, I went to Count Dracula's castle and I met with him and like, oh my God, a terrible British accent, just like the one I tried, right? In that, but yeah, he's had some pretty awkward lines in this. Actually earlier in this movie when he has, which should be a simple line, I'm going to need a gun, right? I'm going to need a simple line, right? And he's like, I'm going to need a gun. Or something like he tries to put too much emphasis on it, all right? Because he's trying to like try to be a serious thespian, right? And he just puts too much on the lines right there. Like, yeah, just don't bother, Keanu. Like you're just better at dishing out ass kickings, all right? So Trevor, like they send him to space where future doctors heal him in zero gravity. Oh my God, it's happening! Yes, it could. And hey, good to see you there, Daryl. It makes his simple style easier to deal with when he's just kicking ass. Exactly. Yeah. It literally just says no to so many potential great response opportunities. Yeah. I don't know. They probably don't want it to seem too much like Schwarzenegger back in the 80s. Remember how Schwarzenegger had all those catchphrases? Like, don't bother my friend. He's dead tired. Or remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied. So they're probably trying to avoid that, but I think it would be cool. But film Twitter would probably think it's too cheeseball. But hey, fuck them, right? Yeah. So yeah, we've got John Wick. He's dead, maybe. All right, and we cut to Winston, and we've got the Bowery King, and they're at John Wick's and Helen Wick's gravesite, and the Bowery King asks a question. I thought it was kind of a dick. He's like, "Is John Wick in heaven or in hell?" Like, if you're his boy, wouldn't you just assume he's in heaven, right? Come on, like what the hell? Like, you don't want to even think that he's burning to hell right there. Come on, I mean, look what he just did for Caine and his daughter. Come on, hopefully the man upstairs can appreciate that shit, right? But I couldn't help but think like maybe it's like the gravesite scene we saw in Batman or The Dark Knight Rises at the end. We're like, oh man, Bruce Wayne, he's really dead, or is he? All right. And obviously, it turns out he's not. Okay. And no spoiler warning for Dark Knight Rises. That movie came out like 11 years ago. Okay. Trevor, screw you, Johnny. And and Ian, yeah, you're right. It's a legit question, because all the murders. Yeah. The man upstairs could be like, like you saved Caine and his daughter, but yeah, you did murder like, the half the population of China. So yeah. You know what? When you have a point, you have a point. But yeah, so then that pretty much, so then they walk off and you have like the sun rising or setting over New York. And that's the movie, man. That's the movie, folks. Okay. And then it cuts to the end credits and we got some more input here from Ian. I think the big guy would be okay with the half population thing. Yeah, if his name was Thanos, maybe. But yeah, so that's the movie, and then the pumping music kicks in, and that song in the end credits is actually from the actors who played Akira back in the Osaka sequence there. So with that Rina Awasama or Kawasama or Yamaha, I'm sure I'm butchering that name right there. But yeah, that's our John Wick Chapter 4 movie right there. Absolutely. So, and yeah, I loved it. Yep. So, yep. Is that are you signaling fastball there? Yeah, we got hand gestures going on right there, but little inside baseball there. I should probably not even mention. But yeah, so we've got anybody, if you got any comments, questions, that about the movie, now that we've gone through John Wick chapter 4, by all means there. But I think this may be a hot take, but I like the second one the best. Okay, I know a lot of people are saying that they either like this one the best or they like the first one the best. There's just something about John Wick chapter 2 that I like the best. I think I like the weaponry in it better, and I like the whole sequence in the catacombs in Rome, where he takes out, the chick takes herself out, right? And then he finishes the job, and he's in the Roman catacombs there, and he's the one loose end that they got to tie up, and they have that whole gunfight in the catacombs. Then I like the assassins all trying to take him out in New York City. I kind of like that sequence there, and just a lot of things about John Wick chapter 2. It just makes it my personal favorite, but I know I'm in the minority on that. But so I think we are gonna wrap it up, and I know I'm probably forgetting something really big. Common was kind of annoying. Yeah, he's an annoying guy in real life too, so it makes sense that his character in there. And so I'm glad he got taken out in that movie. Spoilers. He's so Common. Yeah, you can peace out, brother. But yeah, so before we wrap this up here, hey, Professor Savage Dad, hey, good to hear from you in here. So so he's on our Rumble chat, and again, you can chat in Rumble and YouTube there. So we love to see people chatting up in Rumble, and Professor, welcome. But so don't forget about tdpn.locals.com. Okay, so. And as it says right there, TDPN is that magical promo code to get in there and get that 1 month free membership. Yes. Okay. Because you're going to get that 1 free month membership, and you're going to read our articles, and you'll be like, man, I feel like I should be paying so much more, but I'm getting this 1 month free. Holy shit. I'm taking Till Death Podcast, man. I'm taking these guys to the bank. All right. I'm pulling a John Wick on. I'm smoking these fools for at least 1 month. Okay. Get in there and check out our awesome content there. We've got some supporter-only content in there that, if you aren't a supporting member, you're not going to see that excellent content, okay? And, we got, I thought the bald-headed Asian dude was interesting, how he was such a fan of Wick. In Chapter 3 there. So, he was, he was, his name was Zero. He's played by Mark Dacascos, who's another veteran of a lot of martial arts movies there. So, because he was in a little scene movie called Only the Strong back in the 90s, back when he had a hair. He didn't look like Mr. Clean. And then he was also in one of my favorite movies that me and about two other people have seen. That's a French movie called Brotherhood of the Wolf. If you guys can find Brotherhood of the Wolf, it is badass, because it is like it's like a werewolf movie mixed with John Wick, mixed with like some old Victorian kind of like Remains of the Day kind of movie, which I know sounds pretty dumb, because I'm not into those movies either. But when you mix it in with like a werewolf horror movie / Matrix kung fu action with a bunch of weaponry, and it takes place like in the 19th century. It's a badass movie, and it's gory as fuck, and you get a lot of bang for your buck with Brotherhood of the Wolf, because it's a long ass movie, and there's a shitload of cool sequences and whatnot. So I know it's John Wick Chapter 4, episode here, but that's one thing that you'll see in these episodes is I will do a lot of other movie dropping there, because
I have the right to tell.
I didn't think of that. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely genius. It's almost like Ian's done this before, man. It's almost like I think he's been in the live stream game, and we're benefiting from his experience there. So yeah, and Ian binged all the movies on Tuesday night in preparation for this. So they kind of blended together. Yep, absolutely. I could see how that happens right there. And he tries and succeeds. Okay. So yeah, Trevor, appreciate that. I love the movie trivia connections. Yeah, because I mean, and you'll hear a lot of like references from me about these unknown movies or little scene movies, because I am a quintessential movie nerd, and I watch a lot of obscure movies. That's for sure. Some of which you might take my recommendation, and you might be like, "Fuck you, Van Ebert. Fuck you for advice. I'm never going to get that 7 hours back." All right, so but. I think that's going to be a rarity. I think I think most of the time you're going to be very happy that you listen to my movie wisdom. Yes. Okay. So, unless I am forgetting anything here. I don't want to, leave out Professor Savage Dad's, chats over here. So we got sorry for missing everything. Work went later than expected and sucked it as it should late on a Thursday. Yeah. Hey, Professor, you know what? I can relate. To that, man. But you know what, Tay? You know what? Let's drink one for the working man over here, okay? Oh, yeah. And again. Yeah. Great drop. I wonder who thought of that drop. Oh, yeah, this guy right here. Exactly. Yes, I try as well. So, all right. So, let's go and wrap this bad boy. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you, the reminder on that. So we have got Nature Clear. Yes, we have the elixir of the gods. Okay, but they chose to call it Nature Clear. Okay, because it's shorter. And if you use promo code movies, okay, as you see there, you get 25% off your next order. Okay, and what are you getting? Okay, when you get this, you're getting some relief. All right, not just some relief, a lot of relief. Okay. When you're tossing back a few too many, shiners. Yeah, that's probably a bad example. You'd have to toss back quite a few shiners to where Nature Clear would be needed, all right? How about some Don Julio, little tequila, okay? Or you're some bourbon, some whiskey, as our friends at the Whiskey Capitalist podcast like to imbibe, okay? They're drinking too much whiskey, and you're like, you know what? I know that I'm about to drink 70 metric tons. Woo! There we go. I'm a dumbass. I know. Metric tons of whiskey right there. And I'm going to need a little help in that recovery department. Well, you know what? Get yourself some Nature Clear up in you, okay? And don't snort it. Okay? Don't pull a Tony Montana with that, okay? This isn't 87, okay? This is 1987. Don't snort your Nature Clear. You know what? Be an adult and imbibe it through liquid. Okay, gotcha. Imbibe it through that, and that's going to give you all kinds of relief, man. When you're going to party hardy and you need a little something to take the edge off. Nature Clear. Okay, it's going to be your best friend. And again, movies. Use that promo code. When you go to their website there, or click the link in the description, it'll take you right there. Take you to that golden spot where you put in that promo code movies. All right. Okay, hey, am I forgetting anything? I probably am. All right, forgetting. All right. Yes, absolutely. That's a great reminder. So, www.moviesmerica.com. That is my website, okay? And then also check me out on Twitter at moviesmerica, absolutely. And then, tdpn.locals.com. Go there and check out content from Mawa. And also from Ian and Sean as well. They got great content out there as well. And just to let you know, I'm going to have another spoiler-free episode this Sunday, okay? And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go watch the movie right after this live stream here tonight. It's going to be... I need a drum roll drop here, so I should have thought of that. So I know. What? How can you forget that? Next time, everybody. We're going to go with a little Dungeons and...
I'm a dumbass.
Dumbass, yeah. So, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves will be our lucky movie that I'll have a spoiler-free review of, available on Rumble and YouTube and what is that? Now, BitChute as well. There, yep, absolutely. So check that out. You'll see that. We'll see the notifications for that on Sunday. And then, of course, next Thursday on our live stream, on my live stream, that will be marginally smoother. I think I won't have to hold my friggin' microphone like this, like a fucking moron.
Didn't I ever tell you you're a moron?
Yes, exactly. How apropos. So next Thursday's live stream will be about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. So definitely join me for that. So hey, everybody, you got to go out and watch Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, got to go out there and watch it so you're ready for next week's spoiler warning live stream. Okay, so with that there. I think I got it all. Oh, I'm sorry. Solo.to/tildeathstudios. Okay. Check that out right there. Okay. To find out all the goodies behind that. Okay. And then also, hey, anything, I know you're going to flash some other stuff up there that I am forgetting there, or maybe not. Maybe not. So homework time. Yes. Just like Ian said, homework time. Okay. Like I said, get out there, watch this little D&D, and then play some D&D. There you go. All right, so nerd out as well. But with that, hey, I'm going to wrap it up here on this Movies Merica spoiler warning. And hey, thanks for joining on this premiere, not so smooth episode of Movies Merica spoiler warning.
Hey guys, don't leave the video quite yet. Okay, I've got a popo. They're coming after me, and I don't have much time to tell you, but you need to like and subscribe this video right here, down below. It's right down there. It's just waiting. It's waiting for you down there, okay? And make sure you watch these videos over here too. You'll be doing me a big favor. I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. All right. Thanks for watching.